And welcome to another episode of I Love You, Colonel Sanders, the KFC dating simulator. Yeah, so let's just, get... I have hiccups. Well, let's hope that goes away. So let's just, get right into it. Continue. I forgot... Oh! We left off last time. I got game over. Okay, and so we're back to where I made the mistake. So, basically last time I clicked put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. I got the bad ending, so I'm going to say internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, but they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and decided to get married. He won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You do try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Oh, I missed that. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. What the hell is that? Failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I didn't know. People say my delicate ribbon tie and well-kept beard assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours of labor or money would ever deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants and will bring joy to the entire world. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Oh, it's another spork monster! Gorko, the spork monster, is here to fight a hero. Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn you already battled you last night. That was Gorko, a twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge him. Are you stronger than Gorko? Well, we're twins, so not really. But we pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Gorko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention I feel really guilty about it. If I could take it back, I would. What I think Noel is trying to say is, can't we just be friends? Life's too short for making enemies. I suppose. I missed it again, I swear. I'm turning my freaking touchpad off. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this! You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp. Delicious! You're much nicer than the evil student who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a chihuahua, but I was still a student at this school, until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. Gorko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I have lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef. You shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. Guile? I don't know. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in this kitchen of life, Noelle. Noelle and Noelle, together, I am sure we can defeat them. I think I just had a stroke reading that. I'm really bad at English. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Is that an urn? Who died? It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy, both perhaps. Now you've got him right away. Should you reveal his creation or keep it a secret? I don't want to get another bad ending, though. Because that'll be number 3, and I will scream. Yep, I will scream. What if I... Oh, I turned my mouse pad off. Reveal it or keep it a secret? 'Tis the question. I will reveal it. Why not? Live on the edge. You decide you're ready as ever to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. Oh, yes. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' ILYCS hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. Old coleslaw is disgusting. What is wrong with you? You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room there are various items you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh! Okay, I want to tap on this urn. I want to know what's happening. Take a closer look at the large urn sitting on the... There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. When you wipe it off, you can clearly read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Okay, the pictures, or what's this? His secret recipe? You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sunshine style? Pictures. A photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of those secret herbs and spices. This. Little baby boy. From the goatee and mustache, you figure it must be Colonel Sanders himself. Or maybe it's a drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? My parents. Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? I'll go to the door last. One of the framed photos, just like Colonel Sanders with a friend, they hold up chicken drumsticks. You look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Let's look at the whiskey. Try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No, it's got to be one of those secret recipe ingredients. It's his credit card. Do I get his credit card information? Oh, I thought that was a credit card. Rude. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize the hair therein isn't just silver in color. It's actually made of spun silver. Okay, the chicken. I'm curious about this chicken. Oh, it's a stuffed chicken? Okay. I mean, like, you do you. Oh, and you pick it up, it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy, it must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." It's this window. You gaze out the window, vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of a student pops up. "Are you thinking of heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?" "Wait, what? I've never learned your name. Why would I avenge you?" I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see him in the middle of something? You open the window and a cracker is swept out into the breeze. Okay, so I think the only thing I have left is this door. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find oh, it's just a closet? Oh. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You will give this you give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent, and then... They say home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. Should I make the big move? Or will that, like, get me a bad ending? I don't know what to do. Oh, I'm gonna make the big move. I get a bad ending. Oh well. Oh, whoa, that isn't this kind of game. No! So, I'm gonna say fess up and tell the truth, and if I get another bad ending, once again, I'm going to scream. You confess. I think I've developed I got the hearts. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel Sanders in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you a pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Noel? I honestly think this might be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Zzz. Oh, yeah. Bruh. Ashley thick as hell. I tapped that. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is the day that you could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a grotesque, I don't know the English language, a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. Chicken for breakfast? I'm sorry. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Oh, rude. Such confidence, such grace. Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes. He gazes out the window. No, don't be sad, Colonel Sanders. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and go home. No! There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. Her voice is deep now. She's a bra girl now. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay. I was just... But now it turns out you're fine. I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that.
Since I've been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you'd better harness one of those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was so interested in spending some one-on time together to get to know me, and I was like, yeah, sure, I can get to know this little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control.
Did she just say shush house? As if that's a thing people just say? What's that even referring to?
And now I'm not even sure where we stand.
You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night might just be too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him.
You what?
Nothing happened, but the emotional connection? Wowzers. Rude. I will not be moving on from Colonel Sanders, Miriam. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, then I don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. Oh no, did I ruin our friendship?
But Colonel Sanders, though.
When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh,
it's... What's his voice? Is like,
Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped, too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm
literally the biggest person at this school.
There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? No, don't cry, Ashley. You're too pretty.
You got some nerve, Noelle, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse?
Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer makes you wince with pain. Oh no.
That's the bad ending background.
Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears that things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Noelle, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Noelle, I am more than capable of to speak for myself. Uh-oh, he's mad. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Noelle. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad and get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take up the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, what's that book? Looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? It looks like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time on that? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, etc. around the edges of the page. I could use this... use the spell where it says it will erase anyone from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else, not rooted in dark magic. Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell right in front of you, and a pretty damn good excuse to try it out. But I don't want to forget Colonel Sanders. But I want to pass. I'm not going to do it. Because I love Colonel Sanders. Yeah, I love you, Miriam. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog movement coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scratches as he begins to breathe quickly. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, maybe? Wait to see what happens, but I don't want to give another bad ending. I'm gonna cry if I get another bad ending. But I don't want to give him homework because he's like a chef. I'll say wait to see what happens. Sprinkles focus on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel. Why am I not surprised? Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel. Terence! I told you never to come back here. Terence, I will destroy you, Terence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. Ew. The squirrel looks over but doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terence? You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt not only by Terence and all other squirrels in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. Ahem, I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Noelle, for reminding me to draw out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before I can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Uh-oh. Oh no, sad Sprinkles. I told you to save it for after class. But I miss you. We went on one date, Pop. How can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away. That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house. Pop, we went on one date. We're over. And it meant so much to me that I made this for you. Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves this creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about the upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Ow, my elbow. Me, you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining a wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a branch big of us for both of us who can have wherever we else want to bring along. That was good English. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show you a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup, and I bet the Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decide to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off Van Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of recipe you've been working on, Noelle's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Noelle, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually be happy to share your food with anyone who is hungry, but last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice dish. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No. I can smell that it was made of a heaping helping of TLC, but it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. I like how they're all in the bowl, like the same bowl. Like, why are we making pot pie in a bowl? Anyway. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes, per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has a great magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big or go small. What? Oh, I wasn't reading. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out cool specialty cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Meanwhile, Miriam fiercely injects ingredients into itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend blaster bastard! Baster blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops up an open sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets into it. Five dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let that happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him to the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? I'm gonna do it the hard way. No. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm gonna do this the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Noelle. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Noelle, ever since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend, forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, then who's cooking? It's gonna be Pop. Tiny food, short cook time. Oh, I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards, and the watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Gorko had a day off, but you had conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster. No, he said. Notice that you've got Graham snatched beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally sung me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles and a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a spork pup back in the old country. You can feel spork monsters winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like he was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time the monster in monster school and I'd fallen asleep during scare tactics, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck! Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know if you could ever win. Summon the extra power from deep within yourself! I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing our entire lives for, yes, Noelle, you are the chosen one, you shall avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing for this entire life for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground, energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you're powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, Noelle. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decided that you have earned his support. I've been watching it today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You have been thinking on your feet, rolling with the punches. He steps to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to do is make mac and cheese, and the time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy! Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can turn the force with food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that could only have come from one student. Hee 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 hee, I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Instead of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there, right now! Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It too looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs, may I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, I'm not the worst punk in the school name history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks, clank, where did the pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged. I guess we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after hard days of work, the time comes for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto maki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef's my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting in just the tip of his pinky dog tongue to dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not the only one of those dogs who doesn't even floss. I even have a really cute electronic toothbrush for dogs. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it only took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with so much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Noelle, for helping me believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish.
I made uni over smooth egg custard and axe noon.
Why is he so obsessed with axes? Urchin shell, topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchins with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bitch much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leaves in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close enough on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof.
Please, be gentle with my cuisine.
Finally, Sprinkles goes on in tongue first, but he can't get past the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified! A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount sympathy. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, I'm a dog, I drink milk, get over it, sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask you to please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Noelle? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, it is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it. I did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to College of Eating, School for Life of the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. I hate her. Like, she's hot, but I hate her. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley. She finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a delicious bowl of mac and cheese has become something else. He examines closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. That looks nasty. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, you pass, you pass, you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog in the house! Ow, ow, ow! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a rolled-around turntablist? Who said you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van Van and...
Ashley is so fucking hot.
Also, Van is backing.
They've committed themselves to righting all the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He was totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on, I prefer that everyone call me by my new name. Party Monster. Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everything is too wrapped up in what Party Monster was saying. Dejected student walks off. What does dejected mean? I'm really bad at English language. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who would command such an entrance? Colonel Sanders. Oh, it's Bob. It's Bob. You arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, you see him perched along his dirty chef hat. A crown? Welcome back, pup. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had mailed it directly to your father. I figured it was at least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we got a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Miriam, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events. An offer to join the royal family? It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and clowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop. I'm not interested, you know, at least. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life. A twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. I wish I could go to university for 3 days. That'd be baller. So many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze? Okie doke. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank who arrived late to the dance. Everyone's arriving late. Where's Colonel Sanders? Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. He looks like a skinny white boy who does drugs. Just like the first day you met him, he has come completely prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal? I didn't get to be the most famous... I thought one of those was... Ow, my elbow! Anyway, Chicken Man, history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? I think that's it. Well, this episode is pretty long, it seems to be. But anyway, subscribe, like the video, comment down below. Do you love Colonel Sanders? And also, I think there's different endings. So, I don't know, I might do a video where I just, show me getting just a bunch of different endings. Obviously not another playthrough, that will take too much time, but yeah, next week I have a different game set up. I'm ready to do that one. It was released in May, so it's kind of a late-ish playthrough, but I haven't seen many people play through it. It's called Helltaker. Yeah, so that's that. I hope y'all like the video, and let me know if you want me to do the different endings, because this one has a question mark, and I'm not really sure if that means, because I've heard there are a couple endings, but I'm not sure how many. So yeah, see y'all next week or Friday.